Well, we heard it from our moms millions of times. Eat your vegetables. As always, Mom is on to something because a new study out of the University of Michigan discovered that green cruciferous vegetables do indeed help fight cancer. Joining us this morning is natural health care expert Mark Mincolla. He's got all the details on this significant study out of Michigan with some pretty impressive findings here. Mark, give us an idea of what they were looking at, what the study entailed, and ultimately what those results were.
Well, Gene, what they did is they injected mice who had human breast cancer cells with a substance called sulforaphane from broccoli. And in a very short period of time, tumors were shrunk, and most importantly, stem cells were absolutely diminished.
So when you're talking about the vegetables, broccoli is that the leading one? Are there other ones in there as well that can help with it?
Well, in this particular study, they looked at broccoli, but we're talking cabbage, turnips, watercress, cauliflower, all the cruciferous vegetables.
That's pretty impressive. What were they anticipating going in? Because obviously we've heard a lot about the benefits of broccoli before. Was it kind of expected we might see something like this? Certainly more than they had originally hoped for.
Well, actually, in Rutgers, University of Michigan, this study, University of Pittsburgh, since 1995, they've done studies on broccoli and cruciferins and found similar responses. Not like this one, though. The key is the stem cells, which really fuel the growth of cancer cells, were absolutely wiped out.
Now, folks, when it comes to broccoli and vegetables, a lot of people just don't want to do it.
Not going to eat my broccoli.
Not going to eat it. And even if they know that there's health benefits to it, it's like, hey, I can't handle the taste. I just don't like the texture, whatever it may be. But there are alternatives where people can get the same benefits without actually eating the vegetable, correct?
Some of the university studies are working and have worked a little bit on something called indoles, I-N-D-O-L-E-S. These indoles are really isolated compounds in a capsule form. So for those folks who don't eat the broccoli, you could conceivably build up those really powerful antioxidants with the indole capsules.
So this is like a pill you could take that will replace, gives you the benefit without eating without eating the vegetables.
It's called a nutraceutical because they're taking these really powerful antioxidants and putting them in pill form.
Does it really have the same benefit as actually eating the vegetable itself?
Well, of course, there's a lot of consternation about that. Some of the research indicates that it may indeed have those same properties. Some folks say, hey, you got to eat the real thing. So there's some debate on that.
There seems to be the trend now, the research in researching antioxidant in animals and the effects that they have here, including this study. At what point are they going to start sort of crossing over into humans? Are people looking into that at this stage?
That's a great question. I think that, when you first have a lot of these food studies, really important food studies, they start with animal studies. Then human cell lines are isolated. Then we move into the realm of human studies. But again, Rutgers, University of Pittsburgh, University of Michigan are really starting to break that ground now. So these are really exciting times as far as food, nutraceutical research programs like this.
When they do take it over to the human side, what type of thing would we be looking at as far as test groups and how would they know exactly how it's working, who to pinpoint, and then ultimately determine the results?
Right. Well, keep in mind, they've done epidemiological studies already. Some of these population studies are really looking at humans that are eating these foods in high concentrations, the effects they're having versus folks who don't. So there's a lot of those kind of studies that are out there already, but they're going to be targeting a lot more cell lines with people and basically investigating exactly how the effects of these substances are at killing tumors, for example, and really making a difference, again, perhaps with stem cell activity, because the stem cells are the real key here. They fuel the growth of cancer, and that's the key to this study.
How do you think these findings are going to affect the treatment down the road of cancer, and how long before people say, you know what, this is significant, we're going to change what we're doing here a little bit and work some of this stuff in?
Another good question. I think these researchers are really enthusiastic about the future for something like sulforaphane and these cruciferins. There are other studies of things like cherries, for example, monoterpenes. There's something called perylyl alcohol that's in these cherries that have been very, very effective against pancreatic cancer cells, colon cancer. So this research is just beginning to really develop, very powerful and very significant.
And it's soon to be more mainstream than it is now.
Indeed,
for sure.
It is, yeah.
Good information this morning. maxhealing.com. You check out Dr. Mincolla's website. You get a lot of great information there as well. Mark, appreciate it. As always,
Thanks, Gene.
Great to see you.